Now you're working. Okay, I think we can go ahead and skip all that right now. This is our second attempt at getting this particular stream started. So, let's go ahead and take a look at, once again, this is Arcade versus Console. I am Super Pac Jr. I will be your moderator for this particular event here on this fine Saturday afternoon on December 10th, 2022. Arcade versus Console, that's a little thing that we kind of put together. We'll take the arcade game, the lovely arcade game, a classic arcade game that we played, I don't know, practically throughout our childhood, throughout our teenage years. Game well known, well loved, and we take it against the console versions of its time. Console versions could be something from the Atari days, something from the Nintendo days, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, TurboGrafx, whatever. In this particular case, this game is old enough to actually be represented in the Atari age, and there will be a Coleco version in there as well. So let's take a look at see what game will we be talking about today. We'll be playing along as well. And that particular game is Dig Dug. Dig Dug's the old classic from Atari, at least it was in the arcades in North America, but it was actually from Namco, who they brought it over from. We have Dig Dug there, and he uses his little pump there, and he's going to pump up that little orange fellow there that you see. He's called a puka. And that dragon over there that breathes fire, that's called a Figar. How about that? So let's take a look at some of the stuff that Dig Dug had to offer. There's his flyer there. You got it from Atari. Like I said, that's what you found in the arcades back in the day. And it's pretty much a nice little simple console, a cabinet. Same cabinet we saw from Centipede, except it's all dressed up to be something else. It's a vertical raster monitor game. And what's nice about it today, to this very day, you can actually go to 1UP Arcade and get your own Dig Dug. And as you can see, it even comes more of a tabletop version, more or less, but it actually has its own bezel and marquee and controls, and looks very similar to that of the original game. But of course, if you don't want that big old thing, because it does cost a few pennies, I will admit, you can get yourself a little itty-bitty version like that one there, or even this one here. My arcade does indeed produce. The Nintendo Entertainment System did not have this, as a matter of fact. It looks like it came from Nintendo. It actually came from the Famicom, because that didn't come over here on its own from Namco. Dig Dug 2, however, did, and we'll show you a little bit of that as well. It's a great little game to play. My best friend and I, the tiny arcade. Look at that. Look at that. Big old buttons and I guess you could call that a joystick, or like a thumbstick more like it. But they made a tiny, the world's smallest Dig Dug as well. So we're going to take a look at the home versions. The home versions today, we'll be taking a look at the 2600 version. This is probably the most sold version of the bunch. I have this, as a matter of fact. And you take a look at the back of the art there of the box, and you say to yourself, my God, it's basic. It's basic. But does it play well? Remember, graphics are not everything in this day and age. The gameplay was. Its sister version for the 5200. Again, a bit better in the graphics department, sure. But does the gameplay warrant you to buy the game? That's the thing. And then the 7800 version for the Atari. And then we'll take a look at the ColecoVision. Now, the ColecoVision was actually produced by Atari Soft. And it's no surprise here, because the other three versions were also by Atari Soft. So, whatever. And my music stopped. Of course it did. Oh, it's playing? No, it's not. Let's go ahead and go to this. All right. And then finally, for the Famicom, it was produced through Namcot, N-A-M-C-O-T. Namco wasn't producing in North America on its own yet. That would occur, I don't know, about maybe good 9-10 years later. They started producing largely by themselves through games like Tekken and Soul Edge. And they started bringing over their own versions of games for the consoles as well. They produced a few titles on their own from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, maybe a couple from the Genesis as well. But they had a large alliance with Sony with the PlayStation, and that's why you find all kinds of games, including the original Namco Museum, was found here as well on the Sony PlayStation. So we'll be taking a look at the Famicom version. And I mentioned Dig Dug 2. Dig Dug 2, Bandai, strangely enough, produced for the Nintendo Entertainment System, as opposed to Namcot. And of course, Bandai would merge with Namco years and years later, which they are now Bandai Namco. What I like about this game is that it literally is a game that's still made today, as we saw through the arcade one-ups. You can still buy it in various game packages through Steam, through the consoles, the Namco Museum, the Pac-Man Celebration, whatever they call it today or tomorrow. But I find that it's still a marketable game. It's still a playable game. It was a game that could be played by both genders. Back in the day, boys liked it, girls liked it. Which was odd because not too many games got around that too well. Remember, back in these days, Pac-Man was just fairly brand new, but we had a lot of shooters like Galaxy and Space Invaders. Galaga by this time came out. A lot of games that, you find more men in the arcades back in those days versus women in the arcades. But that's that. So let's take a look at what we got. We're going to start off with the Namco for the arcade. And we're going to use, let's see, I have a Namco version, I have an Atari version. We're going to take a look at the Atari version because you don't see that one too often anymore. So let's go ahead and turn this on. It's going to be awful loud, I notice, when it starts, because that's what it does. And I should be able to see it now. There it is. Is it there? It is there. Okay. Let's push that out. And I better turn this down just a tad. There we go. Perfect. Let's take a look at the game, shall we? Over here we have Dig Dug. He's pumping up the Puka. And he'll be pumping up the Figar. And you can see there are different various points. The Puka is neat because he just kind of bops around there and chases you a lot. But he doesn't vary in points as much as the Figar does, because the Figar does breathe fire from side to side. If you attack the Figar from side to side, you'll get double the points versus if you do from up and down, where the Puka doesn't really matter. You have rocks scattered about the stage. As you saw there, you can actually dump the rocks on top of the critters, and you'll get bonus points for that as well. Drop 2 rocks, you get a bonus fruit in the center of the board. And that's basically it. The object of the game is to survive, clear these underground caverns from these critters. And here he goes, there he goes. Bye-bye, Dig Dug. Oh, I've played the game a few times, it looks like. Alright, let's go ahead and turn down the music, shall we? And get my handy-dandy controller from the PlayStation 2 era. It should be ready. I've always loved the attract mode to this. Boom. Yep. Like I said, from Atari, 1982. It's actually from Namco. That's fine. What do we know? You cannot see my cursor. Oh, everything's actually now finally working. It only took 2 tries. Here we go. You can change this as well. There's some difficulty settings you can change in the arcade game. You can actually change it for the first bonus. It's actually 10. The second is 50 or 20 and 60. You can change it where you get every so often, like 60,000 points, you get another bonus life. So you can actually continue getting bonus lives throughout the game. But here we just have it as the basic. So here we go. Ta-da! Okay, I don't have any of my... There it goes. About to say, my button layout. The deeper you get down there as far as you attacking and blowing up, the critters here are more the point. So as you get to the top of the surface, they're worth less than you do, say, down much more dangerously towards the bottom. Yeah, I screwed up. That's alright. I'll do that a lot here. screwing up is good. Oh, come on, get me the... There we go. Right now, he's actually... the carrot was obtainable, as opposed to the Figar, who wasn't. If you take too long, they will speed up on you. So you must not dilly-dally. Now, what my best friend and I used to do, we used to actually... you should have gotten him. My friend and I used to do, we used to actually do what we call parking lot. No, don't do that. Yep. There we go. Then we pretty much clear out the entire playing field. Dangerous to play that way. Of course, we wouldn't be able to do it too easily because they will speed up on you. And we give them all kinds of room to play with. Not exactly a recommended strategy, but it's more of a kind of a showing off thing. You know, showing off was for this particular title. One thing about the fire from the Figar is that if the layer of soil is too thin, in other words, a couple of pixels, they can actually go right on through. Oh, you know what? There you go. How about that? Once I get into the habit of things, I actually get a little bit better. I don't play this game regularly. I don't play many of these games regularly. Yet I have an arcade cabinet in the living room that does have this game. It's a multicade. Right now it's dressed up for Christmas. There it is. That's the time. That's the time's up. You better hurry up and come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Yes. I'll show you. Next round of waves. This is another not great strategy. Look at that clean miss. That's the way I like it. And one of the little tidbit secrets of this game is that you want to stay in the clear from dirt as much as possible. I got nothing but Figars left. Good for me. Extra life. And they're gonna soon get faster. Probably right about now. Well, at least the effect was there. Yeah. And one of them's even free. That's awesome. Alright. There we go. I was waiting for that. There we go. Not too bad. This was a fun little game. Like I said, I would actually spend a fair amount of time on this game back when I was younger. Unless I did something like that. Yes. I love the timing of this game. It was just a fun game to play. It was cute, it was charming. You slow down, by the way, whenever you dig. Come on. Got two of them, yes. Yeah, knew that was coming too. Just one of them. There we go. Not too bad, not too shabby. Thank you, thank you. I'm surprised he didn't get me there. Goodness. Rocks, by the way, are worth 50 points. For every little bit of dirt you scoop out, it's worth 10. And it helps you move faster once you've already cleared it out. As long as that shovel's out, like you see there, he will slow down about maybe quarter less speed. Yeah, that was dumb. It's worth it for that, though. Yep, knew that was coming. Ah! Oh, really? About to say, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on, fire up! Ah. Alright. That's what I thought. There's 2 of them in there now. Let's go ahead and clear that, actually. Ah. Not too bad. Alright. Now, let's see. I'm probably going to get my initials in there. Yep. Alright. Not too bad. Yet another name in the vanity table of Dig Dug. Not too bad whatsoever. Alrighty. And the beauty of it is you can actually play where you left off. You put another quarter in, like so. Push up, and then push start. And it didn't work. Ah, whatever. It didn't matter. Anyway, there's that. So that's Dig Dug for your arcade. Was pretty good, I dare say. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. I enjoyed it. So, of course, as we are at home playing video games, you know, we have our Atari at home, or our ColecoVision, or whatever. You wanted your own Dig Dug to play on your TV. Makes sense. We all did. And Atari had to have those big hits. That's what made them what they were. They programmed a lot of this stuff themselves. How can I put it? They had the in-house developers and designers of Atari, and they take the arcade games. A lot of times they will actually look at what's there on the screen and more or less replicate it for your enjoyment. Whether or not they succeeded is another question. A good example of that was from last week when we did Pac-Man. Pac-Man's 2600 version, well, that weren't that great, was it? But the other versions were pretty much, yeah, they were pretty good. Dig Dug was, everyone thought Atari made the Dig Dug game in the arcade. They really didn't. Like I said, it was from Namco. So you expect it to be better, or at least good, at home. And it didn't always work out that way. So let's take the time tunnel here and test to see whether or not it did. Let's go ahead and launch our second emulator. And we're going to bring up the old Atari 2600. What I like about this is that they're all together here, because they're all Ataris. And there we go. Is Dig Dug pre-selected? It is. Okay. And let me go hit the volume button so I don't deafen everyone, because I know how much they like to make it as loud as possible. Alright, perfect. Now, I had, the basic stuff back in the day. This is, 1982, 1983 now. And consoles, there were competitions in consoles. A number of them were from Atari, like the Atari 5200. They had an 800, 400 XL computer, depending on which tier you got from. Of course, there was the 2600, there was the ColecoVision, there was the Intellivision. So there was consoles aplenty out there back in the day. And of course, they all had to have the big games, the big titles, the reasons why you bought the silly thing in the first place. But they were all made from the same bunch of people too, which kind of made it a little interesting. So how much effort did they actually put into the game is the question. Now, unlike for ColecoVision, a lot of people accused for Coleco themselves, they made a far superior version for the ColecoVision and a half-assed version for the other consoles. And to my standing on that is, of course they would. They want you to buy the ColecoVision. They are Coleco. Duh. But not everyone saw it that way, I guess, because they didn't have the ColecoVision. They didn't want to get a new console. Money wasn't exactly aplenty. That type of thing. Alright, so let's take a look at our second game. This is the... And once again, it is frozen. Look at the feedback here. It's showing up on my monitor, but it's not. There it is. It's showing up on the outside. Okay. Fantastic. So this is what it kind of looked like on your television. This is Dig Dug, and you can see he has nearly the same frames of animation as he did in the arcade counterpart. The orange brown blob things, that's the Puka, and then the big green fiery thing, that is the Figar. And unlike the arcade version, the Figar doesn't exactly let you know that it's about to blast. But if you take a look at it, you see that the Figar blasts every few seconds. So that kind of gives you an idea that he will be blasting at you if you get side to side with him. Somewhat similar arcade mode, or rather attract mode, excuse me. He goes there and hits the Puka. He goes, hits the Figar. Does it play well? See, that's the thing. Everyone's got graphics, especially today. Graphics. Gameplay was key. A lot of things that you played, because the game could look absolutely beautiful, absolutely charming, but the gameplay sucks. Do you want to continue playing it? Do you want to continue torturing yourself? That's the question. Let's go ahead and get started with Dig Dug. It is. I forgot the volume on this thing is a little low. I probably could have gotten away with that. There's the rocks. Drop it on the Puka. I don't mess around with the Figars on this one. Probably could have waited. Yeah, let me get my carrot. There it is. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the volume up on this one. We'll start another game. Let's do that. There we go. Alright. Sacrifice that. We'll sacrifice that, like I said. That's just what I'm about to say. Yeah. It's a little iffy on the control. And that's what's kind of expected here. The gameplay is pretty good. It's a little sluggish here compared to the precision of that of the arcade original, but of course. Not bad. I'm gonna make it. Oh, I did get the second one. And like I said, I don't play around with the Figar. There is no warning whatsoever. And you know what? Yeah, there we go. I'm not even trying, so sorry. Let's try this now. There we go. There we go. And once again, if the pixels are too thin, in this case, one bit, if you will. You sneaky son of a... There you go. Like that. That there, the fire will go through. So if he were to the side of me, I'd be baking. Well, at least there are plenty of rocks in this one. Rocks are, again, just simple squares. As, again, graphics didn't really go big on this one. I've set myself up for failure, yep. Good job, Pack. Gameplay was a bit harder as a result, too, because you don't have that same level of precision that you would enjoy. Oh, you still got the points. And no game over screen, because they really didn't have the programming for it. We'll try one more time. Like I said, gameplay was a bit sluggish. The graphics are nowhere near that of the arcade game. It played pretty well, though. I will tell you, it captured the essence of Dig Dug, but some of the limitations of the game kind of did really hurt the game just a tad. The sounds, on the other hand, the sounds are perfect on this game. I'll give that. Didn't play the complete music. There was a kind of missed half measure there, but got rid of the Figar. Yay. Give me my carrot. The scoring and the rules are pretty much the same. Kind of hard to mess around with that. So in other words, if you get... Nice try. If you get one of those, that's 1,000 points. Get two of them, 2,500. Three of them, 4,000. And the 100 versus 1,000 for the blowing up of the critters as well. Come on. There you go. Don't like the Figars in this one. Oh, that was dumb. You can stand underneath a rock. As soon as you move, that'll make that rock pretty much dislodge. A little too happy, in my opinion. Certainly recognizable as a as Dig Dug, no matter how you look at it. There you go. I was dumb. What the hell was I thinking? Good job. And so, yeah, I played this. I had this for my Atari, and I played the hell out of it. Like I said, I forget who had it. Was it Marty or the grocery store who had it in the arcade that I could easily play it? But it was just, it's nice to have, nice, convenient. That's the thing about home games back in the day. It was more of a convenience factor than anything else. Oh, get away from me. Get away from me. Only one. Okay. Okay, I don't know what I was doing there. And once again, if you take too long, they will speed up and come after you and things and junk and whatever. Alright, at least I get my 100 points from the 2 rocks. I think 10,000 gave you an extra life. There was also a teddy bear mode in here, and I'll tell you about that here in a second. Because they try to make it as kid-friendly as possible. Remember, video games were considered to be for kids, or at least that was the mindset. Oh, what the hell was I doing? How long will this stay like this? How long will this temporary serenity just sit there? Because I'm really surprised the Figar hasn't ghosted out of that little chamber there. There we go. I was wondering when that was going to happen. And just like the fire, so can your hose from your pump. Yeah. He comes out of blazing. There you go. Got my 200 for that. Ah, very good. Now, it looks like bonus is 20,000, just like in the arcade. Really? Yeah. And I get no bonus fruit because it would have appeared by now, but I died. Because I'm dumb. That's too bad, too, because that would have really helped to get the extra life. Okay. Okay. Now, how long can I wait? Oh, I see it. I see a thing here. Oh, you bastard. One of the reasons why I don't intend this for kids, guys, because I will curse occasionally. There you go. See if I can get an extra life on this next one. Got 3 opportunities to drop rocks on. No, I don't. I got nothing. Okay. Now, one thing about gameplay, I'm not an expert really on any game. Yep, 20. Oh, wow. Now they start putting 2 in a chamber. You see there's a very blurry puka. That means that there's more than one of those. And I let the Figar out. Excellent. Will he go out is another question, though. As he just sits around and just does that. And unlike the arcade version, only one Fire mercifully will be blasting at a time. I love the game logic sometimes. Oh, no, you don't. I'm just staring in amazement there at those two pukas. They're just literally, oh, about time, about to say, what the hell taking you so long? Yet, one of them, okay, there it goes. There goes the other one. Oh, bugger. Yep, I deserve that one. There you go. What do you think? Is it playable? Is it plays as good? It plays okay. It plays decently. Is it worth it as far as having the game? Yeah, it is actually. For a lot of us, that's what we had. It was also the easiest available to find. You found more of this one than you would any of the others that I'm about to show you. Simply because of the fact that A, it was the Atari 2600, so yeah, they made a crap load of them. But B, it was also cheapest. The game cost maybe, what, $30 back in the day? Although $1983 was a lot of money. Today, we're talking about maybe $60 just for this. I enjoyed it. Let's take a look at one of the other versions, shall we? Let's go ahead and switch up gears. Time is 12:35. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and pop out of there. Next one is for the Atari 5200. Now, 5200 was a neat system. They put a lot of aesthetics into the Atari 5200. I'm going to tell you that right now. It was a neat system. Yeah, I'm about to say that is the 5200 loading up. And I'll change that up in just a second for you. As soon as I can see it, there it is. Thank you very much. All right. 5200 console itself. If you've seen my past streams, it was a behemoth of a console. Huge. In the back portion of the machine, just behind the cartridge, lifted up a door that you could actually store your controllers in. How neat. The controllers themselves were unique of the time. They were analog joysticks. They didn't work that well. Actually, I'll take that back. They worked superbly until they broke. And it wasn't if they would break, it's when they would break. I was not a fan. I loved the design. It was sleek design. You got to, it held nicely in your hand. You actually had a numeric pad, like your telephone. You had 4 fire buttons, 2 on each side. So you can actually have Fire 1, Fire 2, like for games like Defender. Because Defender, you had like 9 million buttons and joysticks and things like that on the arcade console. You practically could do this very same thing on the 5200 version. We'll take a look at that one of these days. The joystick also had a pause, a start, and a reset button. Huh. The joystick itself, though, is literally discs overlying each other, magnetic discs that help you get precision as opposed to just a 4-button joystick layout. But they broke. Man, you put in a few good rough hours on those and they would break like nothing. So it's kind of a shame. But sometimes, though, in the games like this where you go up, down, left, right, because there was no 8-way back in those days, those like when I suffered here in this version, when I just played in the 2600 version, excuse me, you all of a sudden you're going up, then you're down, up, down, something like that, or left, down, and you're staircasing, and that got on your nerves as you're trying to get away from something or try to knock them out. In this case, let's take a look at the game, shall we? There it is. Dig Dug. Wrong screen. There it is. No attract mode to speak of. Oh, there is attract mode. I take it back. Graphics are better. You actually see detail in the dirt. The rocks kind of look like rocks, sure, but there's no real detail in the characters, and that was kind of a thing with the 5200. The sprites sometimes lack detail, and that's kind of didn't really go well with certain players who literally wanted the arcade version in their home. And I had to remind people, even back in those days, that's not going to happen. Have you ever seen what's inside of an arcade cabinet versus your home console? All the programming is in that little cartridge of yours versus the entire actual computer board that's inside the arcade cabinet. Oh, there you go. Once again, the Figars don't really let you know that they're going to be firing, so you kind of want to steer clear from them from side to side. Up, down is the best way to go. So let's see what we got here as we play Dig Dug. I might have to actually use the keyboard because I don't know if I really mapped this out too well. Let's go ahead and hit start. Not too bad. Okay, and you have on-screen scoring, so that's a plus. Come on, little Figar. Come on, buddy. I'm a tasty Dig Dug. There you go. Let's get this rock over here so I can get my bonus fruit. So I can get my tasty little carrot. Moves a lot better than the 2600 version. And I did get it. Nice. Okay, I didn't mean to do that way. Like I said, so a little bit details are a bit here. The gameplay is pretty on par with the arcade. Oh, wow. But I can't escape the rock. That's the one of the big things I had about this. A lot of times you dislodge the rock and you try to get away. Dig Dug moves just a little slow. And that kind of makes it a detriment. So you kind of have to kind of retune your reflexes a bit. Oops. So you can't use your same reflex from the arcade game for this version because, again, the timing is just a little off. But see, I'm a nitpicker in detail. As far as like the layman gamer or the average gamer, yeah, it's a good game. It's fun to play. So I'll give him that. Yeah, I can't escape that rock. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, fire off. Slow down. You suck. Okay, not bad. If you saw the arcade original, you saw that Dig Dug's face was blue. And the question is, why is it blue? And that's because there's no oxygen, or deprived of oxygen here. I'm going to nail myself each and every time I do that. 10,000 gives you an extra. So I got that at least. You know what? I don't want you, Figar. You can just go away. Get my bonus. Or did I already get it? I already got it. Oh, then I suck. Do I have this at home for the actual Atari? Yes, I do. It was a good version, I will admit. It was fun to play. It had the sounds. Graphics, almost. Kind of got there. Oh, wow. Did not expect that. I'll just let them go off. This is one of my games that I would use to kind of relax a little bit nowadays as an adult. Aha! See, I knew that was going to happen. Alright. Well, oh, game over. Even came up with the music. Very good. So yeah, I'd say this is a pretty worthwhile version. It had the gameplay, it had the sounds, it kind of had the graphics. It did everything right. Timing, yeah, it could be a little bit of an issue, but that's something you can learn to overcome. And it was a fun game. It was a fun game to play. So I got that. Oh, I got the. I should get bonus points for that long drop, but it did give me 1,000. Very determined. Very determined. Oh, too far away. Dang it. No carrot today. I go hungry. I could do some of the same shenanigans that I did. That's close. That I played in the arcade goodie. Can't. One thing I can't take advantage of is when you're right up against dirt. You can't hit your pump button. Something they did not consider. You have to have at least a pixel away before you can use it. Okay, see who can race. Beat the race there. Get my thing. There we go. And I'm not going to even bother. So I have to have at least something as far as... Wow. Smart Puka. Unlike the arcade game. Yeah, I can't get out of that one. Like I said, as soon as he comes out, as soon as he unghosts, a lot of times he will fire. And in this case, you'll see that they both can fire, and fire more than once. So they do not have that limitation that the 2600 had. There you go. Have to be really ready. Oh, keep firing. Come on. Rats. Oh, see, that's the thing. These are a bit smarter than the arcade game. I will give them that. And wasting no time. There we go. 10,000 for the extra. Yeah, just go away. I'll leave you in peace. This game also had a learning curve to it as well. I mean, if you get to the later stages, they start off like fast. You hear the hurry up music. Wow. Okay, I take back the intelligence comment. You just know how to avoid rocks. I gotta be careful. Let's say. Had he blasted, I would have gotten roasted. But he didn't, thankfully. And just like with any other game, for that matter, it's knowing the game. See, there you go. He goes right on through the rock there. Know your game. If you know the rules of the game, you can do virtually anything. Got two of them. Yay. I'm surprised you're still in that chamber. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. So, like with Pac-Man, I never learned patterns. It's just... That's not really playing the game. It's just... timing. Oh, that's dumb. I shouldn't do that. Yep. I got one anyway. Not too bad. Not too bad. So was it worth buying? Yeah, it was. If you had a 5200, would you get a 5200 for this? Of course not. Would you get an Atari 2600 for Dig Dug? Of course not. It's just a convenience to have, and that's what this was mostly about. The different versions of the day. If you had an Intellivision, get Dig Dug for your Intellivision. Unless it sucked. I will say that there are some sucky versions of this game out there. We're going to take a quick break real fast. What is it, 49 minutes after? I think so. I'm going to hydrate because my voice kind of needs it. As you can hear, it's cracking. So I'm going to hit pause. We'll be back. Alrighty. Thanks for waiting, appreciate it. I've had a lot of frame drops. I have a powerful computer, that kind of hurts me a little bit. So hopefully I will get one soon. I hope so. But I'm appreciating you watching me after I do these on my video on demand. I also will have these videos, once they expire from Twitch, they will be on YouTube, on my Super Pack Junior YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that. Appreciate it. Also want to thank my followers right now. The last two that did so would be JL the Boss 24 and Block Chips. Block Chips was talking to me when we were playing a game called Utopia. And the emulator kind of gave me some fits, so we kind of put that game back on the shelf. We will be playing Crystallis as our role-playing game throughout the week. That's a cute little game from SNK. Speaking of cute little games, if you take a look there on the Pac-Man monitor, which I'll now zoom up right here, this is Dig Dug for the Atari 7800. Now, if you take a look, there's a notable improvement from that of the last two versions we just saw, aside from the arcade. And you get little pukas and figars as they're clearing out the board. They look very similar to their arcade counterpart, excuse me. And this is a very good version. Sounds just like this 2600 version, but doesn't look a thing like it. So hopefully they will actually match up the gameplay of the arcade game to that of this version. You can see even Dig Dug himself is blue, as opposed to the other versions he was not. And he just aimlessly wanders right into a puka there. Very similar layout as far as the board, where the rocks are and everything like that. And I believe the figars do indeed light up their wings and feet before they start blasting. Yep, look at that. Nice. So, if you had an Atari 7800, which I imagine, I know at least 3 people had an Atari 7800. My best friend Randy. Actually, I had a couple of best friends. One from school, Randy. One from my neighborhood, Chris. Me. And that's about it. Everyone else had a Nintendo. Alright, let's take a look at this game. Let's go ahead and kind of shout out the music here for just a sec. And let's go ahead and start playing some Dig Dug for my Atari 7800. I think this is okay. I'm not going to turn down the volume. It's not that loud. I noticed that the 2600 version was soft as well. Yep. Very similar scoring as far as appearance. Very good. Let's get my carrot. Ah! Didn't plan out that well, but hey, you know, it's worth a try. As far as the gameplay is dead on. They did everything right. Graphics and sounds are pretty much there too. So, is this like an arcade-worthy port? I would dare say yes. I mean, back in this day and age, you didn't get arcade perfect. But you got pretty darn close. And can I do all the same shenanigans that I did in the arcade as I did here? Oh yeah. Yes, I could. Get my 50 points. There you go. Oh yeah. Really much rocket fast on the pump too as you move. Let me get my... Yeah, just keep playing the maze, keep firing off. There you go, that's what I wanted. The heck with him. I wanted my mushroom. That didn't sound right. Forgot I said that. Ah. That was dumb. Yeah, I will do dumb stuff. I'm very good at that. Come on, right on in. Oh, you suck. There you go. Even got the flowers there telling you what level you're on. That was close. There you go. Oh, you bastard. Thought you were gonna come on down. Nope. Ah. There you go. My extra life. There you go. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Pardon me for being silent here. I'm actually enjoying this. Forget I'm actually doing a stream here. My apologies, folks. Ah! Nice clean miss. There you go. There you go. Not too shabby. So like I said, yeah, you can actually play this game as you were playing the arcade game. And they are quite smart cookies in this one. In other words, they don't actually toil about. Should get my second rock. There we go. Get my tomato. And you want to get those center fruit because they're worth massive points in comparison to these fellas. Too soon. And they're now all converging on me like a swarm. And I love leaving just nothing but Figars. Not too bad in this one, though. Ah, crap. There you go. Get those bonus points. There you go. And I got double points for both of those because I attacked them from the side. A little easy to do that from here. Yep. Okay. Right tomato this time. 4,000. Very good. I'm like the Pied Piper when it comes to these guys. Look at this. On level 10, I just noticed, because I have a big flower now. And... Yep, too many. And now they're in hurry-up mode. Taking too long. Oh, moving too fast. Ah! Interesting. Okay. How about that? Too soon, pack. And we'll go kill it there. Oh, I got an extra life. That's right, you get second extra lives. On 10 and 50. Yeah, that's... No, I wasn't going to do that too well. Okay. I'm surprised Fire is just sitting there, about to say. Really? Sacrificial. Game over. Not too bad. They did a nice job of this. They really did a nice job of this. So is it worthy of playing? Is it worthy of the being the arcade game and such? The answer, of course, is yes. There's it is. I thought it was fantastic. I enjoyed playing the hell out of it, too. So there's that. See the attract mode. Kind of told you everything you need to know about the game. Absolutely. I believe we have 2 more versions of this. I know I did a lot here. Got to make you 2 hours here, if you will. Moving on up here. Let's switch out the version. Now, see, I was fortunate enough to have more than one console at the time. And it's not like we were rolling in money or anything like that when I was a child. My mom was a teacher, my dad was a mechanic. My grandparents, however, were mortgage brokers, and that kind of helped out a bit, of course. But, you know, as childhood, back in the 70s and 80s, you know, you earned an allowance, did little things here and there. You spent your money, bought your games. It's that simple. Let's see. that was the 7800 version. I think the ColecoVision is next. Let me scroll on down here to find it. And I think yep, I went right on by it because I scrolled down a little too fast. I did, didn't I? I sure did. All right, let's go ahead and hit the capture. I talk to myself. It's sometimes the only way I can actually think things through. I do that a lot when I'm at work. Yeah, I will sit there and I'll read literally what's on my screen because I'm typing out a response to a question or whatever like that. Because I do support work for various program managers and whatever. I will sit there and read it out loud. And the reason why I do that is because I am a bit dyslexic, and it has to sound like it makes sense to me. So I'll just and it works for me because sometimes I'll flip words around or I'll put things in the wrong places, and the thought is not, it's not a complete thought. So I'll do that here just about everything I do, because I used to actually do phone support as well. And in that particular line of work, if you leave too pregnant of a pause, they will ding you. So I will wind up speaking to myself, and I'll actually warn my caller, if it sounds like I'm talking to myself, it's because I am. And that's just the way I do things. So keeping that in mind, I think it is captured. It is. Oh, goody. And it's probably loud as anything, knowing these people. Yeah. I went right to that. Oh, it actually does repeat, because it was Atari. They did things like that. Alright, so let's take a look at on the screen. It is beautiful. A little too small though, I think. There we go. Atari Soft. So Atari Soft started making versions for other consoles. So they had one for the Intellivision, they had one for your ColecoVision, for your anything in Commodore, whatever. They had it even for the Apple IIc had a Dig Dug as well. I don't bother with those because I don't have an emulator for the Apple II. As much as I played those games at school, I did not have an Apple computer at home. I didn't want one. It was not designed for this. You can clearly tell from the graphics. You definitely can tell from the sound. If you go back to archive.org and look up some of the games that they have for the Apple, like the classic arcade games, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, etc. You listen to those games, oh my god, it sounds like you're shredding metal against a grinder, and it is god-awful. Sometimes they look pretty good, but man, they sure as hell don't sound good. And of course, more things on the screen. Everything gets all choppy. You have no real frame rate. Broderbund was one of the first game companies that really made things and made it nice for your Apple. And Broderbund, most popular game, I will dare say, is Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? And they made a United States version of that as well. The Atari Soft, they had what they had. Let's see how this stacks up against their own consoles. Remember I told you the Coleco was accused of making inferior versions for other consoles because, of course, they wanted to sell their own console. Makes sense in a business sense. Now, as a gamer sense, or as someone who's participating as the end user, us, nah, we didn't appreciate that one bit. We look at Donkey Kong. We will look at Donkey Kong in a future day, of course, because there is definitely comparisons of arcade versus console with that game. It's one of my favorite games, as a matter of fact. So let's see. I don't think I have things mapped out here either, so we shall make do. And this is one of the early versions that actually acknowledges Namco for its title. And this is from 1984. And this is interesting. By this time, the market was crashing. So, yeah. So let's take a look at it, shall we? We shall hit 1 for... Gotta wait for the screen to come up. Novice. Sounds pretty good. A little piccolo-y. And there is... Okay, looks like the sprites have now cleared out. Once again, it's one of those hardware limitations where you have so many sprites. Wow. Not supposed to do that. Does the Figar light up before he fires? Really didn't pay attention when he was... No. Moves a little fast, I will admit. Graphics are a little on the clunky side. Yeah, it's pretty good, though. That's not bad. Notice that the music is pretty much him standing by. It doesn't actually have the Dig Dug music playing in the background. It's kind of annoying. I can do my little shenanigans. Nice. Oh. He appeared a little too soon for me. Okay. I like the sound. I like the sound of the blast, though. It's for the wrong reason, however. He ate too many peppers. And it's coming out the wrong way. Nice. Oops. Took too long. So yeah, the sprites have a bit of an issue there, it looks like. Doesn't have the same rapid fire like the... Ah, you suck. Like the 7800 allowed you to have. You know what? Figars, more than one can fire at a time. Yeah. It's an okay version. Would I have this over my 5200 version? I might. Oh, good for you. Ah, yeah, see that? That's what happens when you discharge like that. Little punk. I'd say, which one of you is going to come out first? Oh, you suck. Oh, interesting. Okay. Very delightful death. Yeah. I set myself up for that one. You were about to fire on me, weren't you? Ha ha ha. It's okay. Like I said, it's a little fast. Little fast. But it's a playable version. It's certainly, they certainly did try on the graphics. I'll say that. They got the sprite design rather down nicely. I will say that. Not necessarily for Dig Dug. He's a little off. But again, this is what you had. And they had more than one color, as opposed to, say, the 5200 version, where it was just a single color sprite. Oh, really? Yeah, this wasn't too bad. I could do this. I already lost my bonus fruit. Yep. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Of course! Hard to play that way. It was a good version. Would I get it over the other ones? Maybe. 5200 version had the gameplay. 2600 version was just a little clunky on the control. Otherwise, it was certainly a capable version. The 7800 version, in my opinion, so far is the most superior of the bunch here. Now, if I actually hit the right button, I could actually use my pump. Hey, not bad. My carrot. Interesting. So the carrots will always be in a box, it looks like. No music. Huh. Interesting. Oh, just out of range. Little nitpick things here. Again, like the reflexes and all that kind of stuff. Okay, putting them aside. The music is the most annoying. That's probably what turned me off, believe it or not. Graphically, it's superior to that up to 5200, but that is annoying. That is annoying, annoying, annoying. Oh, wow. See if you all will piper on me. Nope, apparently not. Look at that. How about that? How about them apples? Ha! Already changing the color of the dirt on round 3 is a bit premature for that. Did get my bonus. Get away from me. Take that. That is annoying. I forget how annoying some of this is. I mean, it's not like, you know, like the Pac-Man siren, where, yeah, that will get annoying. But you're in danger, of course. You're in danger here, too. But you had charming little music in the background in all the other versions, including the 2600 version. So why couldn't Atari, the same people, do it for this one? It's a good question. Oh, I got it. Dang. I got roasted. See, Atari had a slightly different logic. They just wanted to make money. And so, yeah, you didn't buy their system, but buy our game at least. Because you only buy the system once. You buy games over and over again. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. It's just like when they sell consoles. Back when I was actually working for the Electronics Boutique and Babbage's and GameStop and whatnot, you buy the system once, at least in theory. Nice. But you buy game after game after game for your one system. It's generally how it works. Okay. The character intelligence seems to be pretty down pat. Yep. They will ghost as often as they can, making vertical slats for the most part. It's harder for the fire guard to actually fire. Oh, that should have gotten him. Okay, interesting. Are you chasing me? Nah. I'm about to say, really? Alright. See who comes after me first. Usually it's the folk at the left side of the screen. And he's right. Right. 2000. Come on. For whatever reason, I always leave all the fire guards behind. Largely because I'm stupid. Oh, good job. Get my pepper. Interesting. The scoring is a little different here. They're giving you a bonus for every 10,000. Which, if you know what you're doing, you could perpetually play this game forever. So my problem is, I kind of half-assed know what I'm doing. I will claim ignorance. That should have gotten them. That should have gotten them. It didn't. Let's see. I already missed a bonus. Uh-huh. There we go. Not too bad. It's an enjoyable game, I will admit. To me, it's kind of like a cross between the computer version and the arcade. And see, my thing about this also, you can get far too many extra lives. You see, it's racked up quite a bit down there in the bottom left. Excuse me. I still got it. Cool. Bye. Nice knowing you. Really? Watermelon. Let me get it. 6,000. Yeah, I see another extra life. So I'm probably going to end this game a little early, because at this rate, I have all kinds of extra lives. Okay. Interesting. I'm surprised I haven't gotten the hurry up. This is annoying. I'm about to say, really? What are you waiting for? An invitation? Really? Oh, well, I'll let you do that. Interesting. Okay. Not perfect. Certainly playable. Do the fire guards fire like that in the arcade game? Yeah, if you give them a chance, they will. Yeah. Sooner or later, it's just like every time I get a fruit, I'm going to get an extra life. Anyway. We're going to leave it at that. I think that's enough time to do some damage there. Oh, look at that. Looks like it went all basic on me. I said we're going to leave it at that, and here I am playing. I'm rather curious. Yeah, it looks like it kind of reverted back to first board. Interesting. Yeah. Was not expecting this. I think we're going to call it that. Anyway, get ready, player one. Oh, sounds pretty good. We'll leave it at that. We'll just watch them die from afar. So that is the ColecoVision version. Vision of versions. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not the best one. It could have been. But it wasn't. So we'll just leave it at that. Oh, man. Get carried away sometimes with that. I apologize for that. We're going to take a look at the last one. Now, the last one did not make it here in North America in its original version. It did come over as My Arcade, however. And you saw a picture of that earlier in the broadcast. That, in fact, I can go ahead and switch it to it real quickly. There we go. We'll show that one. Take a look at the photos. We'll see. There it is. Yes. Photo number 5. There we go. And as you can see, it's not the vertical game. It's a horizontal screen. Everything's off to the side and such. So there you are. And so for the Famicom, you got this, and which they converted it into a My Arcade. It's pretty cool. It's actually fun to play. I wish we actually did get it over to America, because I did love getting the classic games for my Nintendo. Some of them were actually really, really good. In fact, I got it for Donkey Kong, for that matter. So let's go ahead and switch over one more time. And one of these is the correct screen. Yes, it is. I found it. Awesome. And let's turn down the volume, because I know this will be loud. Did I mess it up? Yes, I did. Good job. There we go. Finally starting to populate. Now let's go ahead and make that down one more time. There we go. I like that. Okay. Get rid of that on the screen. And let's go ahead and turn that to mess. Call that today. And there we go. Let's take a look at this real quickly. There it is for the Nintendo. It looks very similar to what we just saw in that little My Arcade. Basic game there, if you will. Still Dig Dug, still has all the same patterns for your Nintendo. Take a look. The sprites are quite accurate, including Dig Dug himself with the blue face, and all that kind of good stuff. So I asked myself, why didn't they bring this over? Why didn't we get a chance to play that? And it's a good question. It really wasn't answered. They didn't bring over Galaxian either, which they did make. They did bring over Pac-Man, but it took years. It took a few years. In 1988, Tengen brought over Pac-Man. Not Namco. They didn't do it themselves. Nor did Bandai. Bandai did bring over Galaga, however. Let's take a look at this. Let's get some play. Okay. Decent sounds. Oh, wow. I think I could get at least one of them. Nobody. Get away from the... That's my carrot. Get away from it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, as far as shenanigans, how far can I go? As you can see, I can go pretty far. Alright. I missed every single one of them with the rocks. So yeah, the gameplay is pretty much dead on. The graphics are very, very similar to that of the arcade. Sounds pretty decent. The rules are right. I have no idea why. I guess because they kind of wanted to get away from the original era of video games, Generation 1. Actually, Generation 2. With Nintendo. Because remember... Oh, I did that. Stupid joystick. Because they wanted to get away from the old era that crashed. That's a possibility. At least here in North America. Japan, they didn't care. They made it anyway. But, like I said, we missed out here originally. We had a good version as it was for the Atari 7800. From this era, anyway. There you go. Get my little mushroom there. It's worth, what, 1,000? Nope, 800. Next one will be 1,000. Nice. Yep, you go right through the rock as well. So yeah, this was a great version. Ooh. Let's get this Fire right up here. Okay. How cute. Really? Really? Okay, I was a little surprised with that. Oh, thank you for screwing that one up. Nice. Really? I'd say, what the heck was that? Very good. I would have loved to play this on my Nintendo. I really would have. You know, especially when they brought over the other ones, like, again, Pac-Man and Galaga, two of the biggest ones that they had. Now, Bandai did bring over Dig Dug 2. We'll take a look at that. It's a completely different game, though. What they have in common are... There you go, hear my dog in the background. There's somebody at the door. Because, of course. So, yep. We're gonna take a pause here real quickly, and we'll be right back. Oopsie. Alrighty, let's try this again. And this was actually done by Namco, the original people. Again, you kind of expect it to be just as good as the arcade, and I think they delivered. They have a habit of doing that, I will admit. The one version that I thought that would be for a home console would be the Namco Museum for its original inception for the PlayStation. The problem with it, though, that it wasn't emulation, it was simulation. They didn't emulate the game at all. They just rebuilt the game. They did a good job, but it's kind of disappointing in that regard. Especially since commercial emulation was out there at the time, thanks to Digital Eclipse. Yeah, I did what I did. Good job. Fine version. I loved it. Dig Dug for your Famicom. But instead, we got something else. We didn't get this one. This is what we got instead. Let's go down one. This was from Bandai, and it's deafening. Let me see, did it capture right? It did not. Okay, there it goes. I can do that now. Ta-da! Looking at that, what the heck is that? It's blue. It's green. Yes, it is. It's Dig Dug 2. Now, this is an arcade game as well. The object of the game is, again, get rid of Pukas and Figars. As you can see now, they are kind of in a 3D thing. And you use your drill to section off portions of the island, try to take them out with it. Of course, you still have your pump, so you got that. And of course, the Figars will indeed, once again, breathe fire. So let's take a look at this game. I have 5 enemies on this board. It tells me right from the offset. And that's how you do that. Look at that. As like that. What they'll do, they'll just actually jump off the island once they're the last one. So we didn't get the classic one, 4 enemies this time. But we got a pretty good game anyway. It was just different. Oh, let's get my mushroom. To heck with him. It's worth more points. There you go. Ta-da! And sometimes the islands are a little bit bigger. And sometimes it's just way too easy. Oh, it fell off. Yeah, you can do that too. Now my island is much smaller. That fish that jumped off, if you knock off just a single portion of the island... Oh, I'm number 1. How about that? You get a fish that comes up, if you happen to spear it with your drill, I believe you... rather, with your pump, I believe you get 500 points. Almost got roasted there. Not bad. Not bad. This was a lot of fun to play. Again, nothing major. Certainly more diversion-like. Be like a coffee table game, if you will. Yeah, they ghost when they can't cross over lines. Kind of silly. But... Oh, that was dumb. Good job. Hello, London Lass. Just now noticed you. I apologize for that. I happen to... It's one of my little failings here, I guess. I actually get into my game. Ah, I missed him. Let's see if I can get him over here. Nope, missed him too. Ah, greetings and salutations indeed. I didn't even notice my watermelon. Yeah, it was dumb of me. I got 1,000 anyway. Just got here. Sorry. That's okay. That's okay. So did I. Not really. About maybe hour and 40 minutes ago, I guess. Thereabouts. Had a little bit of technical difficulties getting started, as a matter of fact. None of my screens would advance. Just for you joining in, London Last, this is arcade versus console. Today's game is Dig Dug. And we happen to have a little bit of the side version here with Dig Dug 2, made from Bandai Namco. A cute little game, I have to admit. A lot of fun to play. And we were talking about which versions of the console did really stack up against the arcade version. And not too surprisingly, the Atari 2600 version is the least one to do so. That's not a real surprise by any means. The one that did the best was the Atari 7800 version. But that's for another day, another time. Didn't know they did Dig Dug. D-O-U-G, yes, Doug. Dig Dug. I happen to love Dig Dug. Like I said, it's a fun game to play. You could actually, if you know what you're doing, if you know get pretty much the game mechanics down, you could spend an eternity playing the game. And sadly, I often did. It's one of those games where we go out, you and I hang out in the arcade, and I'll go to one game, and you pretty much spent all your money, and I'm still on that one game. That was no one liked playing with me then. So, oh, that leaves me. Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. Let's see. We got a few minutes here. Tell you what, we're going to do what we typically do when we have a little bit of time left over. We're going to switch up the game one more time and go back to our role-playing game. And it's probably going to be louder than anything in the world, because the Nintendo emulator that I have likes to do that and pretty much blow out eardrums. And one day I'll learn how to spell this game too. There you are. Okay, in this case, I have to do that and turn it down real fast, because it will deafen. There you are. I can find you now. Perfect. I like that. I do like that. Okay. Interesting background music, if you will. There it is. You can't play Dig Dug? You can't play Dig anything. Oh, it's a learning curve game. You more you play it, the better you get at it. It's that simple. There are some games that are not that way. I will admit, games like Contra, it's a pain in the ass because everything comes at you. Ghosts and Goblins, because of the way things come at you. You get better, but you're going to waste a lot of money doing so. Dig Dug has a bit more of a better learning curve. That just give it a few tries, and you will learn the mechanics of the game real fast. And once you do that, you can really enjoy it. But that's me. Okay, that's neat. Did not expect that either. Let's go ahead and get this started, shall we? And if you hear dogs in the background, once again, I have people at the door. Hopefully, somebody will take care of that in the house, so I'll be my son Ben. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We're going to continue. Back to day one. No! That's why we do this. I never cared for that. First time that happened to me, I'm like, what the hell? Where did everything go? Well, you have to load it first. And then you can, panic. Looks like a flying plate of pie. Yeah, it kind of did. But it wasn't. Okay, so this is where we last left off there. The town of Leaf, the original town that you started from, all of its inhabitants have disappeared. Oh no. Where am I right now? I have a big old sword of wind, a leather armor, a bronze shield, and the ball of wind, which you can take in any context you'd like. I have a whole bunch of medical herbs, antidotes, and some warp boots in case I get into trouble. I got a gas mask. That's going to be necessary in just a few minutes, I think. I got the rabbit boots so I can hop up and down, and I have the ability to use telepathy. In other words, people can now speak to me if I don't understand their language, and vice versa. Of course, I can always refresh too. That is my healing spell. So in case I get into trouble, I can, without using a medical herb. For the ball of wind. Oh, if I eat too much chili, never mind. Alright, everything's there. Let's see how that looks. Yep. I can hold down my sword button and I will build up a big blast. Again, doesn't sound right. No matter what context I put this in. I guess I'm just a juvenile at heart. Can I get you yet? Nope. Mushrooms don't like me yet. Although I could do that all day. Oh. But the biker Scotty Terrier over here with the tomahawks, we can. Of course, you want to destroy the enemies as much as you can. And I got for first time in a while, I remember to put on my gas mask. I'm gonna need it. I am surprised I did not get a collision out of that. I really, really am. Get away. Okay, now I have telepathy. Let's see if I can actually use it here. Might be a little too... Oh, cool. With whom shall you speak? I can speak with Tornell, Zebu, Asina, Kenzu. Let's start from left to right, shall we? Besides me, the wise men in Asina and Kenzu will assist you. Okay. Zebu. Don't rely on others so much. There you go. Asina. Oh, wrong one. Oh, he actually said something different. Hang on. Grant the Oak people's request and then look for me in the west. Oh, okay. The ice slide at Mount Saber is not only for sliding. I'm Asina. I look forward to seeing you. That's nice. It's nice. And that's all you say. It's nice being nice to people. Be quiet, leave me alone. Oh yeah? Forgot how quirky some of these people were. You know what? You suck. This is the village of Oak. We don't like humans here. Oh. Okay. The air in my house smells like humans. Get out. Wow. Tell well I'm not welcome. The village elder will not talk to humans. I haven't seen my boy since we went into the forest. Have you seen him? Wow, someone's actually asking me something instead of being a jackass. Must be nice. So, I'm going to go search in the forest for him. Not there. Get away from me. Yep, that led me right on out. Good job, Pack. Twit. Somewhere is a lost child from the town of Oak. Where, oh where could he possibly be? If I were a kid who ran away from home, I'd be right here. Wah, wah, I'm afraid. I want to go home. Can you please take me home? Why am I sparkling? It's my personality. Oh no, I've held down the Sword of Wind, and I can actually now generate a blast of wind from my sword. Like that. Oh, bug you. Forgot about the flower. Go away. Not careful, they will bounce me around like a damn pinball. And I don't believe this is... Okay, yeah, I gotta go up here. Wrong! Dead end. Good job. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Thank you. I got a kid here. Be nice to your children. And just like that, he leaves me. I get it. Am I a vampire? I thought you were a vampire? No. Not yet. This is not Twilight. I am forever indebted to you. Please take this as a reward. I have now the insect flute. Ooh. Insect flute. Ah, 4 stars. Thank you. Let's take off the telepathy. Now let's see what this flute... Nothing happens. Oh, of course. No, don't do that. A very short life that way. The insect flute is a powerful item, but it isn't dangerous because of the poisonous insects it calls. Oh, it is dangerous because of the poisonous insects it calls. Interesting. And now I can go use the inn. Let's see how much it costs to... 40, huh? How much do I have here? I have 538. Oh, why not? At least they're civil to me. Who are you? You're quite strange. I've been called worse. You saved the child? I thank you. Now I ask a favor of you. There is a monster in the poison swamp. Many of our dwarves were eaten by this creature. The monster cannot attack the village because of an object we possess, but we cannot use. I leave this object in your care to save the village. Now I have the Sword of Fire, so I can change sword. Excellent. I like that. I like. Yes. Anything else? Please do it. Okay. Not be pushy. How much? Ooh, what's that over there? Medical herb is 50, antidote 60, and the fruit of power is 80. Let's buy one of those. No. They don't have an armory, do they? Nope, just an inn. Rather small, quaint town. Excellent. Now, I don't have the a crystal ball for it, so I can only do one level, but let's see what it does. Out there. It should be a more powerful sword. And now I have no enemies, of course. Well, got hurt a little bit there. Let's say, where are they? Not bad. Okay. So it's equivalent to that of the Sword of Wind with a ball. But I don't get as large of a shot. Go away. Go away. I really don't like you. Alright, so what we're gonna do... we're gonna we're gonna save some, spend some more money. Let's get out of my way. Thank you. All right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna save here. And let's see if we can get ourselves a bad guy. Without getting clobbered on the way. Go away. Go away. Okay. Well, we're at the end. Something else is necessary, I guess. Oh, nothing here. Interesting. I believe that is a boss battle, but it's not letting me boss battle yet. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's right. Tell you what we're gonna do. Tell you what we're gonna do. Do I have a sword? Okay, not yet. I see. Getting ahead of myself. Bad flowers? Yep. Shoot all poison at me. Okay, I'm up here, and now I need to use my flute. Oh, it's a little bigger than I thought it would be. Well, I don't need that anymore. Okay. Okay, interesting attack pattern. Oh, I don't like that. Definitely don't like that. Okay. That's an interesting attack pattern. Go away. Don't like you. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. I now have the ball of fire. Goodness gracious. Alright, let's go ahead and... Yes. Let's see what I can do here. Magic power is too low. Well, that's okay in this case. Go away. Don't like you. Be something if I die before I make it back to the village, before I do anything. No. Well, yeah, because I used up all my magic. But yeah, of course. Alright. So I spent a lot of money, but well worth it. Let's talk to... Go away. Thank you again for all your help. Oh, you're welcome. Now you're nice to me because I saved your bacon. You destroyed the monster. Good. We can live without fear. Really? Pack, you are the one who saved us. Our precious object belongs to you. With this, we express appreciation. Please keep it with you. We will tell all of what, 6 of you? Your feet. You'll be forever a hero among the dwarves. Again, many thanks. Oh, thank you. Twarn't nothing. We have reconsidered humans. Oh, see? Everyone can live in peace and harmony, things and junk. You are great. I think I'll believe in you. Oh. I heard there are training grounds for wise men on the west side. Perhaps you should go there. Perhaps I should. I bet you I'll be able to whack around those mushrooms and those crawly things. So let's go ahead and hit save. And yay, we advanced the game. We advanced the game indeed. I believe now it is time to say goodbye to Crystalis for today. Oops, wrong button. Guess the fairy thing doesn't give life. Fairy thing doesn't give life? The refresh spell gives me life. The fairy thing, no. Not today. Afraid not. But alas, we're going to have to leave it here. It is time for us to go. There we go. Yes. There you go. There. Anyway, there's that. TTFN, thank you for joining me, London Lass. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. It's worthwhile. It is. And for those of you watching after on demand, I appreciate you watching. Give me a follow if you like what you see. I got a few followers now. I'm actually enjoying this. It's fun to relive these old games and play them because I played them back in the day. Brings back a lot of memories. And some of the games were... Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, London Lass. Always support a good streamer. Absolutely, I'm about to do that myself. There's somebody else streaming right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to raid him because I'm going to raid him with, what, all a couple of us? So, we will join Let's Game It Out as he tries to defeat Super Metroid and The Legend of Zelda. Mishmash game. I don't know how the hell he's playing that. It is so screwed up. Let's game it out. Absolutely. Josh is always good. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again on Monday evening as we continue on with Crystalis. Now that we've got the fire sword and the fire ball, and we're going to go over to the mountains to see if we can talk to those wise men that we telepathically communicated with earlier. They might like us. Might even want to have a drink with us. Nah, probably not. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel for past videos. That's at Super Pac Jr. There's some goodies lurking back there. Dragon's Lair, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, some of the older arcade versus consoles, just like today. So we'll check it out. We'll see you all later. Have yourself a good weekend. Take care.